Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, man. As a DC Comics fan, I am pleased to announce to you guys and tell you guys that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has failed us again, and they tried hard, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a fan of Man of Steel, if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you're going to understand what I'm talking about, because you went and you saw this just to kind of see how or when, where, and if the Marvel Cinematic Universe was going to respond to the backlash that was Man of Steel's Collateral Damage. Let me just tell you right now, they did, they tried. It was so hilarious, man, that they actually took time out of their movie, about, I'd say 15 minutes at the most, to take time out of their movie to actually save civilians. And let me just tell you this right now. If you've ever been to real war, okay, if you've been to Iraq, to Afghanistan, to Korea, to Vietnam, to any of those places, you understand that it just happens, man. Sometimes good people die, sometimes the innocent die. That's just the way it is. Now, the Man of Steel movie captured that perfectly, because when you have titans and gods fighting inside of a city, they're going to destroy your city. If you have kids that are in the bathtub and they're taking the bath and they're playing with the rubber ducky and all of a sudden you feel an earthquake, well, you're probably going to die within the next couple of seconds, because Superman and General Zod are going to rip through that son of a bitch and they're going to probably drown your kids. That's a fact, because those are titans, those are gods, those are literally gods like fighting on Earth, man. Now, with the Avengers Age of Ultron and the Avengers, you know, those are just the only, I guess you could say, Avenger that has the equivalent to have the strength and power of Superman is going to be the Hulk. And whenever he does smash, it just doesn't feel like he's big and bad. There is literally one scene, and it's one of the worst scenes that I have ever witnessed, making the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Transformers Age of Extinction, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2, three movies which I really, really went in on as probably being one of the worst movies ever created, and probably the worst movies as far as comic books and toys and franchises go. It makes those movies look really, really excellent, like blockbuster hits that you must have on Blu-ray. It gives them that $85 Blu-ray status title that, you know, everybody wants, but only few get. They have a scene where, you know, Iron Man is fighting the Incredible Hulk, and he has the Hulkbuster suit on, Iron Man does, and he has this device, you know, that Jarvis uses that scans the area to find a building that doesn't have any occupants. And it's literally like a building out of Superman, out of Man of Steel. If you ever watch that scene between General Zod, when General Zod finally shows Kal-El that he has and knows the ability to flight, okay? And he says, "Where did you grow up? On a farm?" And he flies up and elevates, and you have that glove, that Infinity Gauntlet glove, just hovering on the ground, because we're above that, because we're DC Comics fans. Iron Man and Hulk, they actually go to a building like that, and they crash all the way down, you know, hitting it level after level, and they level the entire building. It's like a 9/11-ish sort of moment, just like they had inside of Man of Steel, except it's just done poorly, and no one was hurt. But it just was so ridiculous, because all of the rest of the damage around the city, it just didn't feel real. It felt like nothing really mattered. Nothing was really like putting anything at danger, anything at risk inside the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which we actually needed. When you go back and you watch the Avengers, the movie feels as if everything is in danger, like there's going to be a threat, like there's this god, this demigod called Loki that is here. He has this scepter, and he's literally destroying the earth, okay? And they have that one, you know, intro where the S.H.I.E.L.D. agency is leveled. And it's like this pit opens up, you know, and sinkholes, and it swallows people. It almost swallows Maria Hill, and you're thinking, oh gosh, man, she's dead. Then the next scene after that, you had Nick Fury almost getting killed in the chopper when it goes down. It's something out of Black Hawk Down or Zero Dark 30. But inside of here, you just had, like, I don't know, it was like almost throwing pebbles, which doesn't make any sense as far as physics is concerned, because how giant and large the Hulk is and how big and giant the Hulkbuster is, if I throw those items into a building, that building is going to collapse, okay? It just didn't make any sense, man. It was really, really comical, but it worked out for us, man. For fans of the DC Comics Cinematic Universe and Man of Steel, we can see now that Man of Steel did the job perfectly, okay? When it comes to letting the audience feel as if, you know what, this is real. You know, buildings are coming down, you know, and Perry White is going to save, you know, one of his coworkers. Like, you really felt like you were in danger in Man of Steel. Inside of Avengers, everything was, you know, colorful and bright. And, oh, hey, mate, we're in South Africa, and you got a whole bunch of South Africans running around, and, oh, we're in Wakanda now. It just wasn't good, man, you know. But they did, you know, attempt to kind of do some things that Man of Steel, I thought, you know, brought into the cinematic universe experience, and that is the civilians. They actually showed close-ups of civilians watching the fights. They showed close-ups of civilians running and stuff like that. So I think they did a really good job, you know, because Avengers, the first movie, it didn't have a lot of civilians, you know. You didn't really see those faces in the background, you know. And inside of Age of Ultron, you actually have this one woman that's running, and she has her tea bags out. And for some reason, they're just jiggling all over the place for no reason other than for eye candy. And I thought it was just so disrespectful for them to actually do that, but they did it anyway. But I guarantee you, none of those Marvel fans are going to be talking about that. If you're a DC Comics fan, you should be talking about that. It's a little sexist, I think, of, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe to place that item on the screen like that for no apparent reason. No apparent reason other than to, A, copy off of Smallville, because whenever or Hawkeye, whenever he saved the boy and then Quicksilver ran in and got murdered, that's a scene off of Smallville, okay? Don't care what you do, that's what it is. It's also a scene off of Man of Steel, because we've seen that too. There's a lot of different things, man, that they try to grab, you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe try to grab and steal from the DC Comics Cinematic Universe, and it just failed horribly. And I just wanted to say thank you to Marvel Comics, man. Thank you for doing that. That was excellent. I thought the movie was actually going to really try to one-up Avengers, but also to just try to take Man of Steel and put it out of commission. But it didn't. It didn't. This movie, Man of Steel, is more entertaining than all of the Avengers, putting all of the Avengers. And when I say all, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about every single Avenger that you've ever seen. They threw it all at us, man. The only ones that were missing were definitely the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I don't think they're Avengers yet. But eventually I think they'll come in, especially now with a diverse cast. You know how Marvel doesn't like that. Any sort of diversity inside of Marvel, they're either going to, A, kill you off like they do on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or they're going to, I don't know, bring in a new guy and replace you or something like that. But, you know, with Man of Steel, we get a lot of diversity, man. You can see that with our entire Justice League cast that's lining up. DC Comics fans, you should be happy, man. So let's take our time. Let's just applaud. Good job, Marvel Studios. Bravo. You guys did it. You guys did it, and I'm thankful. I really am. I really am thankful. I'm really happy right now, because after seeing the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice teaser trailer, and then watching the official trailer, the official teaser trailer that is going to be coming out later on, and the one that introduced us to this IMAX experience, nah, I won't do that because that'll just break some people's hearts. But they're over there. They are. Okay, you know what, you asked. Let's go ahead and just do it. Here's one of them right here. Yeah, we're talking about that right there. Okay? Yeah. So, after watching that trailer and seeing how great that looked, and then going to see the Avengers Age of Ultron, I have no question that Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is going to break records. It's going to do way better than Avengers Age of Ultron. It'll be better than Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers Age of Ultron, and most likely Ant-Man, because Ant-Man didn't look too good. The only good part about Ant-Man trailer was definitely the Thomas the Tank Engine scene. I thought that was very, very original. Not going to lie about that, man. We can hate on the Marvel Cinematic Universe all we want, but we got to give credit where credit is due. And some things were really beautiful. I'm not going to lie about that. I'm just happy right now, man. Like I said in my previous video, I don't know if you guys saw that, and if you're just a DC Comics fan and you're only watching the DC Comics stuff, I will no longer be reporting on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. until they change their ways. And I definitely will be back, though, for Black Panther. I mean, I have to. It's just what we do, baby. That's just it. Other than that, guys, I'm out of here, man. Thanks again for listening and watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you guys thought about Avengers Age of Ultron. And compare it and do a little compare and contrast with Man of Steel, okay? Which one's better? Avengers Age of Ultron or Man of Steel? That's what I want to know. I want to know from you, DC Comics fans, which one did you like? I know what you're going to say. Trust me, I do. We're out here, guys.